Okay, so here we are. ABNcast is still at the Aircraft Interiors Expo in Hamburg for 2026. It is day 3. The show is coming to a close after 3 busy days. We've come to one of the largest stands actually in the show this year, the Diehl Aviation stand, and we've come to see a specific product for a very good reason, because it was a winner of the Crystal Cabin Awards. So let's have a look at the award. Show that off. Turn it around because it's nice and colourful on that side. Yeah. So Crystal Cabin, that was on Tuesday night, wasn't it?
That was on Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We won for accessibility.
So for several years we've been working with the accessibility community, and we got lots of feedback on our current product,
for example. But also we learned, for example, that especially for visually impaired people, when you talk about blindness is not always absolute. A lot of people can still kind of see shape and light, but not details.
Yeah.
For them, it's very important to have like a high contrast interior. So that's why we have kind of this color scheme, and we have an edge where you can kind of grab along to find, for example, the flush sensor. But you already maybe noticed the first problem. Touchless is very tricky for people with disabilities.
Yeah.
With visual impairments, because it often gets triggered accidentally. So our idea is to have a dedicated low vision mode, where we then would, for example, deactivate touchless, so that you have to push a physical button to, for example, activate the water.
Okay.
Also, what we do is we reduce all kind of accent lighting, the main light, to bring out more the controls, for example, where actually the points that people really try to find within the laboratory.
So putting it onto what it says low vision, that's the low vision mode.
Low vision mode, yeah.
A customer would choose that as they come to the facility?
I come to this now.
Yeah.
So it would be kind of cumbersome if, for example, a flight attendant had to run to the laboratory each time to activate it. So our idea is more maybe integrating all that into a cabin app, for example, from an airline. At the moment then I step into the laboratory, it would activate the mode I need as a person with disabilities.
So it knows you
and my profile.
And it communicates with the...
And for example, would also activate something like a voice guidance, and now walks me more or less through the whole the laboratory, for example, blinking up the call light. And if I then step out again, it just goes back to normal.
Right.
So only modifying the experience for those persons who need it, and for everyone else the cabin stays the same, so that accessibility doesn't have to compete with the main cabin experience. An alternative solution would be actually to just have a simple dongle which you could put in your pocket to like a keyless car system, for example.
Yeah, that's like a bit of wearable tech essentially. I know they're using things like that on cruise ships as well, where you can wander around and access facilities through a wristband or something like that. Yeah.
And then we could put like your language in there, and really the support you need as a person with a disability.
Yeah.
We have another kind of small feature here, which I can show. For example, I could just turn off touchless, but we also have a feature which we call voice feedback, where with the first activation, it would just tell me I found the faucet, and with the second activation, then it would activate actually the water flow.
Right.
Similar, again, coming from the mobile world, if you ever use something like VoiceOver on a phone, if I tap a certain app, would tell me, I don't know, mail or maps.
Yeah.
And then I would have to activate it with a double tap. So bringing those principles which are known by people with disabilities into from the digital world into the physical world.
Yeah. So your job, your role is to be innovative and an innovative engineer. Do you develop these because an airline's come to you to ask for this sort of thing, or are you sort of in deal going, I think we can develop something that the airlines will be interested in? How does that
I think it's both, actually. We're working with airlines. We're hearing that there's new regulation coming up, but we're also working with the accessibility groups, and we see a need there. So we're currently finding out.
So you talk to sort of charities or organizations that
organizations for blindness and organizations like that.
Do you think the industry's, I mean, it's obviously always trying to improve. Is it actually doing enough for this segment of passenger? It's an increasing challenge, I think, isn't it? Because the older the demographic, the more people have specific needs.
I don't know. I think saying enough is a difficult question, but I definitely see that we are doing more and more. It's becoming a lot more visible topic here at AIX. There are talks about it. There are groups which focus on it. The airlines are asking for it. So I think it's definitely getting better. For sure, we could be faster, and but it's getting better.
So this has been developed to the point where you're here demonstrating it at AIX. You've won an award.
Yeah.
Where is it in terms of its product cycle, getting it in the air and actually being used?
So I think we have the basic technology blocks available.
Yeah.
We now have to bring this into a product, and that's why we're here. It's the first time we're really presenting it to now find the collaboration partners in the airlines, OEMs, to make it into a product.
And what's been the feedback? You've probably spoken to a lot of potential users of this.
Very positive, I can say.
Yeah.
Very positive from OEMs, airlines, everyone. Also accessibility groups, very positive.
And winning the award, I suppose, helps. It gets you the acknowledgement. Yeah, it's important.
It's a nice.
It's an endorsement.
Recognition. And hopefully it helps pushing the whole topic even stronger.
Yeah, and it's also 2 years in a row now as well, because you won the Accessibility Award last year for something different. What was that?
Last year was our Space Cube, where we focused mainly on wheelchair accessibility, where we have a laboratory in which you have actually 2 laboratories, which you can combine into one larger wheelchair accessible laboratory.
Yeah, okay. So 3 years in a row, you're going to have something next year?
We will try.
You got something in mind?
Maybe.
Okay.
We won't talk about this yet.
No?
We have to have secret for next year.
Yeah, okay, fine. Look, Tomo, thanks for sharing us this. And congratulations again. Thank you. And we'll look forward to seeing it flying on one day.
Yeah.
Cheers. Thank you.
Cheers.